Storm.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Fight Pit UFC 298 immediate reaction. We already kind of started getting into it, so we'll just pick up where we left off. First things first, the UFC 300 main event was announced. It is Jamal Hill versus Alex Pereira. And I saw them showing Jamal Hill like at points in the card too, and I didn't see that it was announced. I saw Dana White had done a video, but I heard it on the broadcast after the pay-per-view was over, before I saw any announcement of it. So Hill and Pereira, not exactly living up to the hype, but not a fight that I'm mad at seeing.
Yeah, I'm not at this thing on that card. Like, they could have something a little more. Like the way it was hyped up. Any other card,
exactly.
Cool main event, but like if you have all this hype, I think we still need to oil Dana up either way, because it was very underwhelming.
Dana gets a half oil on this one, because that's like how you were saying, though. As much as it was hyped, like we thought that we were getting fucking, people were talking about Conor and Khabib, Conor and Nate Diaz, fucking, Izzy Pereira Aspinall. This is essentially just the next fight at light heavyweight, because Jamal Hill was the champion. They were just waiting for him to get, waiting for him to get healthy. And then of course he would come back and fight whoever the current champion is. So this is just, it's not really a super fight. It's just the next fight in line at light heavyweight.
In my honest opinion, like, probably could have made the BMF fight that main fight, because I think that's a more interesting fight to me.
That would have made more sense. Make that a
5-round fight too. Fuck it. Hopefully they do.
They have to.
Yeah.
They have to.
No, they have to, for sure.
It's don't they do all co-main events?
No,
tonight.
All of tonight. Perfect example.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Which
true.
Although I would have loved to see 2 more rounds out of that fight too. I would love to.
They started doing some fight that wasn't the main event as a 5-round fight. I can't remember what it was. There was some special.
I think they do it in like special
way.
situations. Yeah.
It depends on their contracts. It really does. It's really about contracts, and if they could get them to do it for cheap. If they're willing to fight 2 more rounds for cheap, they'll do it. If not. So
speaking of one Conor McGregor, the Ilia call out of Conor was not on my bingo card for the night. Was not in the realm of possibility expecting that one. That would be fucking sick to watch.
That would be sick. I would be interested in seeing that. I didn't expect it to happen, but I'm not surprised that it happened, because it's only been him fucking absolutely mirroring Conor this whole entire build up to this fight. And he didn't exactly like 14-second knockout Aldo type of performance against Volk, but it was impressive nonetheless. I didn't see it. I did not see it happening.
Too.
Yeah, that's another Conorism, calling your shot. He was the first one to be doing that on a regular basis. But man, I noticed that Volk just at those times in the striking exchanges, when he's usually really good about exiting striking exchanges without leaving himself open, and it felt like he was leaving himself open more than he normally does each time he would exit one of the exchanges.
He was exiting very high with his head and chin and going straight back and not really taking angles to exiting.
His last 4 fights, he's been doing that. Last 4 fights, he's been doing that. He's relying on his speed too much. Both Islam fights, the fight against Yair Rodriguez, which he was just way faster, so he got away with it. And then this fight, which he did not get away with it. 2 of them ended up with him getting KO'd. Like, his speed
also,
and his speed was relying too much on it.
I think he still came back too early. And
100%. That's I just hate that idea. Like, in any other
to
sport.
get knocked clean out again, like.
And you know that he's fucking upset now too. Like you saw him after that Islam fucking fight. I don't know where his head was mentally going into this one, but it wasn't okay going into that last fight.
The worst thing is like his personality. He always says he wants to be in camp. He wants to keep training. Like, so this is your second knockout in 4 months. Like you need at 35.
Like,
take a vacation, bro.
Do we want to do this?
You don't need to end up like Tony or Nate Diaz. All these guys taking like super bad brain injuries in their late 30s.
Like, well, Max Holloway's never even been dropped, and he doesn't even spar anymore for that reason.
Yeah, like Tony Ferguson has like very early CTE symptoms. Like, if you've seen Tony's behavior the last year, he's still fighting. Like,
well, see, it's tough for me when it comes to Tony because people forget that Tony's like, and I mean this in the most respectful way possible. Tony's always been fucking weird, you know.
Oh, like, it's not just him being weird; it's just him doing like self-detrimenting shit now.
Yeah, there's like, you know, the legal stuff, and like when you hear about stuff like that, that's never good to hear about. And those are the types of things that you got to get fucking hashed out for sure before you think about.
Yes, I'd love to see the immediate rematch in Spain because I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, I would not want to see it immediate.
Immediate as in Volk. Whenever he comes back, deserves it, yes. But whenever he comes back, should be earliest the end of the year.
I think Volk's next fight will be against Ilia, but I even think Ilia will fight beforehand.
I think Ilia fights before. I do.
Yeah, do we want?
I hope so. I hope he fights someone else first.
Yeah. Do we want to possibly like go over like what our fight of the night is, and then go into like starting from like the beginning of the main card and picking, like talking about the winner and then who they fight next, and then work our way up.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Real quick on the UFC 300 because I didn't really say anything. I love the fight, but not in April. Like if UFC 300 was in September, I love it. Once again, this is 8 months after a total rupture of the Achilles. You don't come back that quick. He's fighting in 2 months. Come on, man. I picked like couple episodes ago. I picked that Jamal Hill will be the champion of this at the end of the year because I felt he would be fighting in September, and Kalaev would be fighting in like April, May, June, July, whatever, against Alex Pereira, and then would get to Jamal Hill fight, and I think Jamal would win in September. But him fighting now, I don't like it whatsoever. I don't like Jamal coming this quick, off recovering, right into camp to fight someone like Alex Pereira.
That is not the guy you want to.
And he's screaming that he is going to stand there and bang, just fucking throw hands with them, and he's going to knock him out. And I do not believe he's going to take him down, which makes me even think more Alex Pereira. So it's a horrible thing for that. That's my opinion on UFC 300.
I don't doubt what he's going to do. I just don't. God,
we want bigger names for UFC 300, but since even UFC 300 has been announced and we saw 299, let's be honest, 299's been better everywhere. The prelims, the main card, 299 has just owned 300.
Yeah.
So it's like there's nothing 300 could do that make it better than 299.
The fight I would have liked is Charles Islam. That would have been dope. We've been waiting for that how many times?
I don't. Like, I'm one of those that Charles, my opinion was I always look at the last fight, and I saw Beneil Dariush, Charles Oliveira, and the first thing Charles Oliveira did when he got punched in the face was pull guard again. I said, I need him not to pull fucking guard because Islam will get on top of him and do the same goddamn thing, and it'll be Islam easily dominating. I have 0% chance unless Charles lands a shot to knock him out early that Charles could win that fight. Islam will win that fight easily, without hesitation. Yeah. I will even pick second round because I think maybe he could get out of the first round, but it would be Islam second round submission.
All the homies love Charles.
Oh yeah, for sure. Charles is way bigger. Charles is way bigger name than Jamal Hill. Way bigger name, 100%. For name value, 100% like that fight more.
Oh, and also never mind. Islam won't fight. He's
Ramadan.
Yeah, he won't fight. Which I agree with.
That's why they try to do Leon versus Khamzat Chimaev. Yeah. I hope they try not to do Bilal Muhammad as much as he deserves it. You can't win a street fight by unanimous decision.
Dude, I feel like with how much flack people have given Bilal, if they were to make him versus Leon, I mean, especially since the way that their first meeting went and how boring they have grown to like a reputation of being, something tells me that would just be a fucking absolute firefight.
It could be.
Both of those guys would just come out and be like, you know what? I'm fucking sick of this shit. I'm going to fucking blow through this motherfucker. And it's just like a fucking Glover Teixeira, Yuri Prochaska type of fight.
Yeah.
My favorite fighter is a fighting fighter.
Yes, dude. I think if Leon and Bilal came out and had a Chandler Gaethje fight, they could completely flip their fucking. They'd be the biggest fucking stars.
They're too technical, though. That's the only issue.
Yeah, you can't expect that from Bilal.
Yeah.
Not his thing. I can see Leon doing it. Leon Nate Diaz.
Yeah, I can see him going in there.
Yeah,
like, fuck it.
He got fucking rocked too. So he doesn't want to do that again.
That you look at the Kamaru Usman fights, and now you look at the Colby Covington fight. The last one that even stood a chance at Leon was Nate Diaz in the 5th round, which is hilarious. You look at it, it's like Nate Diaz stands zero chance against him. But
it's 5th round. Nate Diaz, man. It's
dude. Nate Diaz is undefeated after the 5th round. Undefeated.
If all fights were 10 rounds, Nate Diaz and Nick Diaz would be the GOATs.
Yeah, 100%. Maybe Merab. Come on.
Merab's on his way. Merab's on his way.
Yeah, we'll get there. Let's start with Anthony Hernandez, Fluffy himself.
Oh my gosh, dude.
You want to do fight of the night? You want to do
I was so bucked for that fight.
Mercilessly with the pressure, trying to get that rear naked. And God.
I was going ape shit, dude. That's one of those fights that you're just fucking, you're like, you see those posts that people put out and they're like, oh, like on Twitter or X and shit. And they're like, if you've never been fucking nervous, heart beating for a fighter when they're walking out, you don't really like fighting. He's one of those dudes that I get like that for, where I'm just like, all right, here we go.
Bro, Koplov's face was like bright red in the first time he had him in the rear naked, more around the chin, really just cranking the jaw. And I was like, looking at it, I was like, man, you're going to sleep, buddy. Like,
that shit hurts so bad.
And then just readjusted and really got under the chin. I was like, all right, either tap or you're going to sleep. Like, you're not getting out of this one. Like, there's no way.
Yep.
I was really surprised when I did see him tap, though. I was like, it's one of those images that you're just like, is that happening? Like, is that fucking, you don't see someone like Kopylov ever tap. It's like seeing like Khabib tap.
Why not tap? You know? Why get put out, man?
Hey, no, I agree. Tap early and tap often. I'm all for it. Live to fight another day.
Look at Alexander Volkanovski and getting guillotined by Brandon Ortega for a minute and a half.
That's true. Sean, you had a good fight of the night pick that I was waiting on.
Fight of the night. Mine was actually in the prelims, and I'm going with the women fighters right there. I'm going Mackenzie Dern, Amanda Lemos. I thought they killed it. I honestly had a draw. I hate draws, but I felt the first round, Mackenzie Dern, as much as Amanda Lemos, the first 2.5 minutes, landed the leg kicks, really did some damage, but the ground control And I know it's damage first, but she controlled her. She even put attempts at submissions, did a little ground and pound, not much. And then the second round was definitely a 10-8 for Amanda Lemos. I understand the last 20 seconds. We had Mackenzie Dern on top, but she did nothing for 20 seconds. But I still don't think that was a 10-9. I would put that as a 10-8. Lemos, she legitimately should have won the fight by stoppage in that second round. You cover your face, like in pain, you call the fight. That ref just didn't. He's been on the bad side of calling fights too early, calling fights too late. He's unconfident himself. Sometimes you gotta get yourself in check.
You think he's a little gun shy?
Yeah, no, he's unconfident. Because I was an umpire in baseball, 100%. I've made bad calls, and then the next game I made the opposite bad calls.
To try 100%. To like make up for it.
Yeah, exactly. It's he will get it down. He's a pro. He's phenomenal. What's his name for me? Just so
Mike Beltran.
Mike
one
Beltran.
Of the best in the biz.
Yeah. Like he's one of the best. He's been one of the best for many years. Like he's a little gun shy at the moment. Everyone goes through this in any pro sport, even the refs and umpires. So I know NFL just ended, and that's a big thing in NFL was the refs. But I really feel like he's just, that was gun shy. It should have been stopped in the second round. But then we got the third round where Mackenzie Dern fucking was a beast. She rallied. I would not be surprised if she has a fractured orbital bone and she fucking fought through that in the third round. And I think
her body language going into that third round was incredible too.
Yeah, exactly.
After the beating she just took. Like the gas tank was there. Like that's off there. From her last fight, short notice taking this fight and coming back and putting on a very, very good showing. It was nice to see her bounce back from that Andrade knockout.
So I had a 28-28. I had a draw.
I believe I put it in the chat too that I was like, I could see this going to a draw. Like I 100% could see this draw.
Yeah, so I saw a draw. But if there was a winner, I'd give it to Lemos because the first round was the first 2.5 to 3 minutes was her round. I think also and then the second round was a 10 round.
It could have been a 10-8. It
really
could have been scored.
Yeah, so I do think, I know someone's going to say robbery. That was my fight of the night, was the two ladies stole the show, in my opinion.
I see that as a possibility. I'm trying to look up who actually got it. I don't know if it's been announced yet. But
I want to do it before.
I would go
pick it before you see it.
I want to see your Costa or Rob.
That was my third.
Yeah,
that was my third.
I wanted that fight for 5 rounds so bad. I wanted to see 2 more.
That would have been insane. Because
I don't know how Robert
would have fucking
stayed on his feet after taking that heel kick. How do you stay on your feet?
Dog. Like
let alone not get knocked out, but stay on your feet too.
We've seen him get dropped with some stuff from like Adesanya and but never. Anytime he ate one from Yoel Romero too, didn't he? Like a fucking serious head kick and just unfazed. I don't know why you can't throw head kicks at Robert Whittaker. He's just
Paulo Costa's head kicks were looking great too. Like off the
he was
were very quick.
The spinning fucking wheel kick that he fucking hit too. That was loud. There's some loud ass shots tonight.
That heel cut open Rob on his cheek too. Like it was a hard ass kick.
Speaking of loud ass fucking strikes landing, the one fight that I was thinking was in the running for fight of the night was Elliott and Woodburn, because that was one of the craziest sequences. Like you just every now and then you see one of those ones and you're like, what the like he just the loudest fucking shin across the dome that you've ever heard in your life. Absolutely unfazed, and goes and starts rocking Elliott afterwards.
A great job by some of these guys tonight and girls coming back from adversity. I want to say this was the fight card of coming back from adversity. There was 5 fights we could go. If we did go through all of it, we're not going to. We're going to go through the main card. But there's 5 fights tonight where someone was down bad and they came back to win this fight. Phenomenal job by these fighters. The heart was out there, the warrior, the Lionheart, all that stuff. it was out there tonight. Now, this is already going to be fight card of the year for me.
Yep, I was going to say we called it, dude. We called it. Everybody was fucking hating.
Very hard to beat.
Yeah, very hard.
This back-to-back lineup, 298, 299, 300. This could be one of the greatest fucking 3-card stretches that we've had.
So let's hit this main card and
see who everyone should fight next.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Drew. Since you called it for second round submission to the T for fluffing himself. Who do you think is next?
Honestly, like,
did I have someone in my
he was 15, right?
Yeah.
And Roman Kopylov was unranked. Oh my gosh, dude! Like seeing Fluffy go up against some of these fucking. I
have 2 people in my head that I'd love to see Anthony Hernandez fight.
I got 2 also.
Go ahead and tell me your 2.
Oh, see if you could have the same picks here, Sean. Depends how high who wants to go up. Chris Curtis at 13.
Okay.
Which I think would be a very interesting fight.
Dead on.
And someone who also had a statement win, Roman Dolidze.
Ooh, I thought Dolidze was ranked higher.
Yeah, he's 9.
What is he at?
Yeah, he's 9. And he just won, didn't he?
Yeah, he just won too. So they're coming off relatively same schedule.
That's
and
tough.
It could work out, and I think a good fight. I think it'd be a really good fight.
I dig that. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm liking
Paul Craig didn't fight that long ago either, so it could
Paul Craig's my other. So you guys nailed my 2. My 2. Okay. Paul Craig and Chris Curtis. I love, and honestly, I like Hernandez against both of them. I really do.
Oh yeah, I'd take Anthony.
Especially right now. If
he's not the favorite, I'm fucking dumping half the bank account on that shit. I'm gonna tell my girl, don't look at what I'm doing. Don't pay attention, man. This is.
I wouldn't be mad at one more up, Caio Barallo. I wouldn't be mad at that either if he can't get any of those.
Yeah,
those
I
other
think
bigger
it'd be more
names like
interesting
Craig.
with the other guys we named though.
Because that's more of a name value.
I think it'd sell way better with the other 3.
I think Chris Curtis is the fucking. I think that's the one. That's exciting. That's exciting. Chris Curtis he has the potential to have a fucking banging ass fight every time out, and it just hasn't been happening.
Chris Curtis is looking great recently too.
Yeah, he's dominant. I'm
gonna play devil's advocate after you're done on this one.
Honestly, I think Hernandez versus Curtis. If they couldn't get Curtis, I would be fine with Craig or Barallo. I was going to say, I thought he was ranked higher up, but initially I was going to say Hamzat because Hamzat ain't doing shit and he's going to be off for a while. But I thought Hamzat was ranked much higher. I think it says that he just dropped 2, but
yeah,
I think, I'm with you. I'm with Gage. The Anthony Hernandez, Chris Curtis is that's a banger.
I think Anthony Hernandez will jump 2. I think he'll jump Chris Curtis. That's my opinion. I think he'll actually jump him.
Oh,
that's why I'm going to say Paul Craig, because why off of impressive win. And if you don't know who Roman Kopylov is, do your homework. Legitimately, they did a preview of the fight. Roman Kopylov is no slouch, and obviously
this was a big
and on top of it, it was a little bit of short notice. He still had 4 weeks, but still short notice. You want to have 10 weeks minimum, but like you can't, like, the way he finished Roman is phenomenal. So I think he's going to jump 2 above Chris Curtis. You can't look backwards. So Paul Craig, a guy that can be finished and has beaten big names. He's beaten Jamal Hill, for God's sake. Like,
champ.
yeah, like he's beaten Jamal Hill, like at a heavier weight class former champion. And he didn't lose the belt. He gave it up because of a ruptured Achilles. Like, I say Paul Craig is definitely the number 1 fight he has to do, and he's very hittable too. You hit him. The ground game is a little scary. That could be a great grappling fight. If you're into grappling, this is definitely a fight for you.
Man, that would be bananas.
And speaking of grappling, going into this perfect segue into our next little exchange, Cejudo and Merab.
Oof, bro.
We all know where Merab's going.
Yeah, he better.
You have to.
No, there's no fucking way. No
you
shot.
You have to.
I will go into it in the main event why I think this might be a issue. But yeah.
Well, it's.
I only see.
Also, I do think it's going to be Sugar. I do think Sugar Sean wins it, by the way.
Yeah. I do too.
I
love Cheeto, but absolutely.
No,
and
if he beats Sean without Sean hurting that ankle again, I would be singing a different tune. But dude, Sean is such a smooth striker, man, and also great takedown defense for how small of a build that man is.
And he's, for the weight, dude, he's fucking long and tall. Like, he's got the size on everybody.
And he kicks very quickly and very fucking hard.
Yeah.
Whenever he touches you with that leg.
And he has the ground game. We just haven't seen it because he just hasn't needed it, you know?
Yeah, he's very good
takedown
defense. But he's... Oh, Merab is such a different fucking animal.
Different
animal. And I'm seeing...
He could go forever, too. He looked like he barely broke a sweat wrestling Cejudo.
That's why I wanted 5 rounds.
He's laughing.
It would have been 4 rounds to 1. It would have been 4 rounds to 1 tonight if it was 5 rounds.
If we had the choice, if us here at the Fight Pit, if we had the choice of making one fight on this card a 5-round fight, is that the one we choose?
Oh shit!
Before seeing this fight card, like seeing the fights tonight.
Yeah, before seeing the fights, yes, 100%.
Because I think you actually did say that too in the fucking.
I said this should be the co-main, and everyone agreed. Like co-main, this is stupid that they made Paulo Costa Whitaker, but I'm eating my words. That fight was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was
Whitaker Paulo. So I'm gonna eat my words on that one.
Paulo Costa shouldn't slide down the ranks at all. By the way,
no, he shouldn't. No. Not at all.
No,
it was good to see him come back and have the first fight in like a year and a half. Be healthy.
Yeah, when we get to that fight, I have something slightly for Paulo Costa real quick too.
To wrap up the Merab fight, I'm seeing Aljamain Sterling is the only person ranked ahead of him, and he's not even fighting in the weight class anymore. So Merab is like technically number one contender. There's no way you don't give him the fucking fight.
In my opinion, Merab will fight for the belt next year.
No. I think.
Well, we'll get to that later in the card, and I will tell you exactly why, and I'll break it down, and you'll understand it way better. It's one of those things that you'll just have to sit and wait and watch the damn show to see.
How long are we going? Are we going an hour on this?
No, I'm trying
no. It should be. We're just going through the main card.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So we all know where Rob's going. Henry Cejudo should retire, and God. Damn, that forearm looked bad.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way Henry Cejudo fights again. No way.
No. Shout out for Henry Cejudo fighting that 3rd round with that arm. Big ups there.
Shout out for him fighting in the 1st round. He's a slow starter. He always loses the 1st round. Him coming out like that, a bat out of hell in the 1st round.
Yeah, he pressured Rob.
When's the last time he's won a 1st round? Maybe Dominic Cruz. Maybe. I can't think of the last time Henry Cejudo. I think Henry Cejudo won.
I don't think that one even got out of the 1st round.
But I think that was probably the greatest technical wrestling display you'll see in the UFC. Both those guys.
Cejudo had his moments. Cejudo had those his rah. He still got that championship grit moments, but
yeah. So we know where both of those people are going. Next one. He's Ian Gary and Jeff Neal.
Man, I think that we saw what we expected on the feet.
I don't know why.
No,
maybe because I wanted. This is how I broke it down when we did the episode on Wednesday. I don't understand why Ian Gary didn't try to change levels. He even tried to change levels on Jeff Neal.
Yep.
Your kicks will work and you keep them at distance because you're much taller, but you're taking a risk. Like, if Jeff Neal presses you more, he wins that third round. I think he wins the fight. Like, it was so close.
Dude, and also, it was
easily the most disappointing fight on the main card. Easily the most disappointing fight.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
So, I don't know who Jeff Neal fights next. Maybe Kevin Holland would be cool after Kevin Holland fights.
Jeff Neal's at 8 and Machado Gary was at 10. So you figured they're probably just going to switch. Yeah.
And Kevin Holland's at 13 fighting Michael Venom Page.
Does Jack have a fight?
Man.
Yeah, Jack also has a fight on that card.
Damn.
I forget who
That'd
Jack
be a good fight.
Fighting. Oh, Jack's fighting Gilbert Burns.
That's a good fight, too.
Yeah, that's right. That's
I think Jack's fighting Gilbert Burns on $299.
Wow, good job for Jack. Good job for Jack.
Even though Ian Gary keeps calling out Colby, initially when they asked him in the post-fight interview who he wanted next, I was hoping he would say Stephen Thompson.
I was hoping Stephen Thompson. That's who I want him to fight next.
That's the only person he has a chance against. It's the only person he has a chance
like
against.
that, or maybe Sean Brady.
Man, Sean Brady's looking fucking tough right now.
Yeah.
Tough.
You're not cracking the top 5. I'm sorry. If Colby says no, you don't get top 5.
He will not do Sean Brady because name value. He only wants to fight decent names. Like Joff Neal, he had a little beef with, so it's like he wanted to do it. Like Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, everyone knows. Sean Brady, only like people that actually pay attention to sport religiously know. Colby Covington, yes. Gilbert Burns, yes. Shavkat Ragmanov, he ain't call. No one's calling his ass out.
No one wants to fucking fight.
No one on God's green earth will call his ass out. Fucking. Yeah, Bilal Muhammad.
I think Shavkat
maybe
Bilal
this
year
like,
too.
He could be funny and just call out Bilal, and Bilal might be like, "Fuck, easy money." We'll get another unanimous decision.
Time, honestly.
Yeah. No, I don't think he will either because with his amount of wins he's had, he should be fighting for a title. But
Bilal's also a smart businessman with his fight.
His manager is. Yeah.
So I think we're all on the same page where we want to see
Wonder Boy.
Ian Gary go. Yeah. Wonder Boy.
100%. I think this fight also proves that Shavkat, because you look at the Shavkat versus Joff Neal versus Ian Gary versus Joff Neal, Shavkat Ragmanov is the dude. He's him.
Oh, yeah, he's the guy.
He's him.
Absolutely.
Like, I cannot wait till Leon Edwards for Shavkat happens. I am.
If and when Leon beats Bilal, that's got to be it.
That has to be.
Gotta be next
if I'm Shavkat, the only fight I take beforehand is maybe Bilal. I wouldn't even do that. I'll do Bilal because Bilal.
Bilal I think fights Leon first. So if Shavkat wants to stay busy, fight Kamaru. Bury Kamaru too.
Bilal's no one. That's the issue with like the common fans. No one wants to see Bilal. I do believe Bilal should be next, and I think we all do too.
Oh yeah,
but the common fan doesn't. Like they're just like, dude,
we know as people that watch the sport, we know how Bilal fights.
Yeah, exactly. And it's no shitting on anyone out there. It's just we understand there's some fighters that are tested
that way.
Like you win.
Yeah.
Yep. There's
a game plan.
Totally understandable.
Yeah, totally understandable. It's not always about style points. Sometimes it's about just getting that bag, getting the W. It's all good.
Let's go up to the co-main, which I again think was fight of the night. Where do these guys go?
Man, I was so close to looking like a psychic there for a minute.
Yeah.
That was scary.
You almost had the under 2.5. You almost had 1.5. You almost had it.
Almost, man. Almost.
My girl's parlay hit too because of that shit too.
Seconds.
Really?
She had Paulo
everybody listening.
Second round. Oh,
dude. Oh my gosh, it was so fucking.
I'm gonna actually do both people on this because I think both guys had a fucking
100%.
Yeah.
So I would like to see Paulo Costa get his little revenge fight against Vettori. or take on Cannonier.
Cannonier, yeah, he's floating.
He's off a win though. He's off a win. That's the only issue with that. He's waiting for title.
Who?
Cannonier. He's off a win, right?
Bro, fuck him.
I understand. He's another Bilal. He's another Bilal. He's
Bro, no.
Too quiet.
There's too many people ahead of him in the line. Good fucking.
I agree.
He's ranked 4, Sean. No.
Is he really ranked 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's behind.
Well, yeah, Adesanya Whitaker sitting there. Okay.
And Sean.
That's kind of crazy because Jared won that Sean Strickland fight. That's funny. Even though I think Sean still won that fight. So
if Izzy comes back and Izzy gets
that's the problem. Because if Izzy comes back, yes, Izzy gets the fight. 100%.
Yeah.
We all know.
Then I wouldn't be mad at Robert Whitaker versus Sean Strickland. I think Whitaker would be
exactly where I was gonna go.
There, I mean, because Cannonier's up there and he's deserving.
I'd rather see Cannonier fight Paulo.
Yeah.
And I think Paulo wins that and gets back in the top 5.
Ooh, that's nice. Costa versus Cannonier.
I got more of the money.
And then I take the Reaper versus Sean. Banger of a fight.
I 100% agree with that fight. I got more of a money grab fight for my Paulo Costa fight.
Who's that?
Hamzat Chimaev. They have
beef.
They have the beef. It's a money grab. And honestly, it's a good fight.
Honestly,
Who takes down Paulo Costa?
I want Paulo to move up, though. That's really what I was focused on. I want him to move up.
Yeah, he looked shredded. He looked amazing. But at the same point, it's like, I think he could keep that weight on, keep some of that water weight. And he already has a phenomenal chin. Move up to 205. Why not move up to 205?
No, I don't think.
You don't think 205 for Paulo? No, but I think Hamzat.
I think he doesn't, because no one that fights 205 sits at 205.
Yeah, they sit 225, if not 230.
Alex Pereira sits at 230 on fight day.
Alex Pereira is a freak of nature. He's a
but you gotta fight the freak of nature to do anything in that division now.
There might be a handful of guys in the top 15 at 205 that Costa could compete with, but I don't know if he could, Volkan Ozdemir is number 9. I think Paulo Costa.
I think he beats Anthony Smith right now. I think he beats Johnny Walker.
Those guys. Yeah. Anthony Smith should be 10, retired.
Johnny Walker.
But after anything after that is I don't know.
Yeah,
I really don't.
But that's why I'm going. Hamzat Chimaev.
Maybe, but
yeah.
And then we go to the main event. Who gets Ilia first?
You want me to go with a really weird one, or you want to go?
I'm gonna stand firm. Volk needs time off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whenever he decides to come back, yes, you get your fight, you get your rematch.
I'm going with what you guys said. Volk take a vacation, Ilia fight in the meantime. Volk can get a title shot when he comes back.
So
I got a goofy one.
Ilia wants it in Spain, correct? I think they give it to him. I think it'd be good for the UFC. I think it'd be good for sports, and it would be an insane atmosphere in the arena. 100%. So, the only real 2 fights I see for Ilia, it's not the rematch with Josh Emmett. It's not. It's not Brian Ortega whenever he gets healthy. It's not. The only 2 people that I think have a chance. Number 1, Max Holloway. Max's boogeyman was Volk. Everyone was starting to think, hey, Max, maybe you should move up in weight class, because you can't get past this guy. Maybe you beat everyone else. Well, Volk's not there anymore.
Yep.
Go try to win the belt again. Now you have something to work towards. That you can book Max Holloway for a belt now again.
That's what he's been waiting for.
Yeah, because you couldn't book Volk Holloway 4 if Max has never won one of them.
Right.
Second fight.
But now Max beat the dog shit out of everyone else in the division that you sent at him. So if Max like ends up on the real bad end of a Justin Gaethje hook or a head kick, then yeah, that might also need to take some time, which I don't want to think about, but it's in the realm of high possibility.
Oh, are you about to steal my thing?
So if Max can't go at the end of this year, because I think Ilia will fight again this year in Spain, I think you take another fighter who's, of Spanish heritage. Give him Yair.
Okay. I like it.
I don't see anyone else. Not a one in the top 5. I don't want Evelev everywhere indeed sniffing a title belt with the man. How that fucking man fights.
He's only 5, yeah.
And he's 5. Oh, but also awful. His last fight was unbearable to watch.
Yeah.
Unbearable to watch. And like Arnold Allen, but he kind of got hoed too against Evelev. Yeah. But there's 3 solid options, and one of them's Volk, and I think Volk needs time off to get his head, right. And I think Ilia should fight again, stay active. So there's only 2 real options. Give him Max or give him Yair.
Sean, who you got?
This is where it's going to get stupid, guys. It's going to get stupid, and it's going to go full circle with earlier. Once again, this is a UFC. It's $1 billion corporation. What is it about at the end of the fucking day? Money. Right now, there is a guy that's been saying, I don't want Volkanovski, but if Topuria wins the fight, I will move up after I beat Cheeto Vera.
Sugar Sean. Yeah.
Sugar Sean O'Malley will be fighting at International Fight Week against Ilia Topuria to go for double champ status, because I think we all think Sean's going to win the rematch, and if he wins in good fashion, guess what?
It's your first title fight.
I 100% agree with you, Gage. 100%. I think you need a minimum 3, if not even up to 5. But the thing is, money. Sean O'Malley, you saw him wearing the fur fucking coat with the fucking gold
happy
and diamond.
Dad,
happy dad. Like, he's blinging out. It's like, nah. The man's iced out to all hell. UFC know what's the deal is.
Yeah,
as much as I don't like it,
straw.
Max is but that's why he's been. But okay, one's been on UFC main pay-per-view main cards, while one's been main event of fight nights. Who's really the draw? That's the issue. Like, I love Max Holloway.
Put Max for a belt.
I know, but at the same part, you could put Max Holloway as the opening fight of a main card for 3 rounds, but the thing is, Max Holloway's better at 5 rounds, so you put him as a fight night main event. Like, I love Max Holloway as much as anyone.
So now,
to be fair, he was headlining pay-per-views. He's just not now.
Okay,
exactly. But that's what I'm saying. I'm playing UFC. I'm playing a UFC game.
Right.
So Max wins at 300, beats Gaethje.
That's the curveball. That's the curveball. But the thing is, that ain't fucking happening. Do any of us? If we had to pick right now, life or death, put a fucking
Gaethje. Come on,
Gaethje's going to be the first one to fucking put him on his ass. No one's ever done it. Him and John Jones are the only 2 fighters that have had 1,000+ significant strikes landed on them and never been put on their ass. Only those 2.
Yeah,
we're going to have Max Holloway on his ass at UFC 300. Yeah, so it's that's the thing. We
saw it last time when Max moved up and fought Dustin Poirier.
And exactly. Then the thing is, Dustin Poirier didn't put him on his ass, but he's not Justin Gaethje powered. And Gaethje's, honestly, his fundamentals have gotten way better. Like, yeah. So that's why, as UFC style, like, hey, you look at the featherweight division. Fucking Alex Volkanovski did not do justice to that division now because you got a new champ, and it's like, who does he fight? He fights no one but the former champ, but he needs to take a year off. If he fights in 3 months, honestly, the people that actually love fighting will be pissed. Because we all know.
I don't want to see him for a while.
I want to see him February of next year. January of next year, fine. Okay, I'll give you 11 months. But 2024, please, you've done us justice.
Should not fight this year anymore.
Volk, you've done us justice. You've done us so much. Please, buddy, take your time. Be with your family. You just had a second kid. Take your time. Like, please.
So you can still train, keep your fucking head straight, still, you know, like, be like on your game. Like, you don't have to, like, you know, go full dad mode and let yourself get out of shape and balloon up and, you know, start drinking and shit, but just fucking chill on the camps, chill on the fights, take some fucking time, man. I agree. I think you could give Topuria either the winner of Yair versus Ortega, because, I mean, either of those guys, I would say they're probably about the same as far as a draw. Like, whoever you're going up, it's more dependent on who they're fighting, you know, like Holloway, Volk, something like that. Having either of them against Ilia would, you know, and then you could do those in Spain too. I was going to say too, Sean, like International Fight Week though, I like that, but it's not in Spain. So he would have to, you know,
save the Volk fight. Save the Volk fight for Spain.
Okay.
Yeah, you saved the Volk fight. Former champ. I think he's a bigger draw than Sean, in my opinion. Volk is a bigger draw.
Right. But having Sean and Ilia for who would be, so which one would be going for double champ though?
Oh no, it'd be Sean moving up because that's who's been saying it. Like Topuria hasn't mentioned anything about double champ yet, but obviously rightfully so because he has to focus on Volk. Sean O'Malley's, as soon as he won the belt, he's like, if Topuria wins, Volk, not Volk. I don't want to fight Volk. It's such a stupid move, but he's such a draw. You see all the fucking money he has on him. Like, UFC knows. Like, I mean, Topuria versus fucking Sean O'Malley at International Fight Week. You know that's going to sell. That does. That's probably the biggest money fight that either of them could hope for right now, because I don't see anybody else that Sean can fight that's going to be a big, you know, like crazy super fight type of fucking draw for it. And Ilia brings in, I mean,
I don't know.
There's no other
I think Marab's doing
fucking
enough
champs.
Personality-wise and social media-wise to... No.
Yeah, Sean versus Marab at International Fight Week.
Marab is starting to get more like...
That's why I was saying next year, because I really do like Marab a lot. I'm just using the business side of this shit. This is not my actual picks. Like, if I had to pick it, I would pick differently, but I'm not. That's not who it is. So I'm picking Marab will be fighting next year after Sean O'Malley gets his ass whooped at 145, and it'll be like a January, February. There you go. Like for Marab versus Sean O'Malley. Yeah.
I like it. And final thoughts on Hill versus Pereira. Does this put UFC 300 over UFC 299?
No.
Hell no.
299 is still the best card that we've got this year.
Yeah.
Until we saw tonight.
This is a hard card to follow too.
Yeah. So 299 has a lot to live up to.
True.
Now they got to deliver now, because 298 was phenomenal.
That's true. It's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. we're going to wrap this up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in once again. This has been the UFC 298 live reaction. Tune in again next week. We got a fight night card that will be popping off. This has been real. This is Drew. That's Gage. And that's Sean. And we will see you on the next one.